Yes, the Yankees win. The Yankees win. Speedy, by the way, little known fact. When was here's a little trivia question for you because we were talking about John Sterling earlier tonight when we had Gary Phillips on. What was the first usage of the famous call, the Yankees win, the Yankees win? Because I could tell you when it was.
I don't think I know this one. The first time?
The first time he did it, and then everyone loved it so much, he never stopped doing it. I bet he does it in the shower still to this day.
Yeah, no, I could believe that to an extent. No, I don't know the exact one. I'll guess it was probably, I'll guess like an ALCS in the 70s. I'll go with.
No, he wasn't. He actually wasn't doing it back then. It was the '96 World Series win. It was the '96 World Series win. So he was actually doing the game. His color man, Michael Kay. So actually, they were together for a number of years, and I thought they were excellent when they were together. That was my favorite radio grouping I've ever listened to. They really played off each other very well. Michael Kay is the lead man. Without him, it's not the same to me, but obviously still, I know Errol doesn't really care for him. No, Joba has some opinions on Michael Kay. But when it was Sterling and Michael Kay back in the 90s, that was a real great boost. But let's get into the Yankees right now. They just broke that slide. The Yankees snap a 6-game losing streak. The first 4 games, they didn't score a single run. All right? They were absolutely terrible. They got a couple of runs in the next couple of games. But 6 games, and they lost to teams that were hovering around 500 in the Red Sox and the Angels. Both of the teams, I believe, are either a game over or a game under 500 right now. They snapped it today, 7-3, in the rain, salvaged the series with the Angels. We heard what Gary Phillips said. He said that no one's panicking. Joba, do you believe him on that one? Are guys kind of getting a little flustered here in June, or is it really such a long season doesn't matter?
I honestly, I don't. You don't panic this early, and I don't think they will, because they have a guy that won't let them panic. And I'm not just talking about Booney. I'm not talking about Judge. It's like they have guys around them that won't panic, right? And so they have to have that. So we'll see what happens. It's a long season.
I mean, it was bound to happen, right? And Speedy,
it's gonna happen.
It has to. It's such a long season. They're gonna hit a slide. Judge, his batting average, Speedy, has dropped into the 360s now. Obviously, he wasn't going to be able to maintain that crazy pace. But as we get into the All-Star break, which is coming up in a couple of weeks, the Yankees are still positioned in first place despite this slide. What do you think? You think the Yankees are still going to run away with this division, Speedy?
Seems that way, because, again, obviously the Red Sox now trading Devers. You can't expect them to do much unless they just rally around everything. And obviously we've talked about the Orioles underperforming all year, so you're really dealing with, as long as the Yankees don't have like maybe 2 more of these types of slides after the All-Star break, you're probably looking at them being fine to at least be maybe the number 2 seed in the American League. I know the Astros are playing very well right now too. So, and obviously the Tigers have been probably the best team in the American League all year. So it's one of those things where the Yankees, I think the more the concern is trying to get those young guys going again in the back end of that lineup that started. They've all had their spurts throughout the year, but just more consistency will be key. Judge and Goldschmidt, they're going to do their thing at the top of the order, but we always say, do the Yankees have enough lineup depth to be able to make it work in the postseason? That's where those young guys will have to come in, including obviously Dominguez that we talked about maybe trading, or obviously Ben Rice has been kind of up and down, and recently we were just talking about with Volpe.
Yes, certainly an interesting trade deadline period, I think, we're going to see with the Yankees, see if what they do, if they make a move or not.